Hello, bonjour, buenos dias, namaste, hajime mashite, ni hao. Assalamu alaikum, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Chat with Tekken for December 2024, end of the year. Um, so yeah, I I'm very close to just like throwing this out and like just not. I'm going to go off it partially, but not completely. So some of the some of the topics covered. Videos I'm working on, change the channel and stuff, IRL stuff. The two are pretty self-explanatory. IRL stuff is just like whatever's happening, not in the realm of simulacrum and polygons and whatnot. Well, it stands for in real life stuff, right? So maybe I should just like call it that. Anyway, but reality is usually worse than the fantasy realm I escaped to. But yeah, so videos I'm working on. Oh man, dude. Okay, what a month it's been. Okay, before I start, also I guess I'll just before I start, happy whatever, merry whatever, happy New Year. It's the end of the year. I think like Hanukkah and Christmas are like the same time this year, so that's if that's your thing, or but just like whatever seasonal holiday that you're celebrating and all that stuff. I'm not really a fan of the season anymore. It's a whole thing. I worked in retail for 13 years. Kind of killed it. Um, so yeah, hard to come back from that. And still, well, it's a whole whatever. It's a whole thing. It's not just that, but it's like that's part of it. But that's a whole other can of worms. It's like it's not just that because it's like that on top of just like a capitalist society and consumerism and just like the combination there. But let's not get into that. Let's try to keep it positive. I say to myself, oh, I always try to keep it positive, but it just um I'm trying to like put everything here at the beginning so I don't like forget stuff as I'm going, because I do that a lot lately. Is I'll be like, all right, let's go. What am I playing? V's I'm working on, and then I'm like, oh wait, I should have talked about this at the beginning. But so yeah, holiday greeting in the year. Okay, so the PSN deal videos, I'll just apologize right now because it's like I didn't get them all done. I wanted to get them all done by the end of the year. I mean, the story's still up though, so huzzah. Hopefully nothing gets delisted. But then I was going through it the other day, or not the other day, on the last video. It was not the other day, that was a while ago. And let's see, Calling All Cars, I didn't know that was still on the store. And then like one of the Eye Judgment games was like on the store that has like cards you can actually all microtransaction cards, but still like you can buy more cards to add to the deck in the base game. So I want to check those games out eventually. Just no idea when. I just yeah, I am. To go back to what I was just saying a second ago, like the reason I was like, let me talk about this at the beginning is because like in November, December, I I work a lot of hours at my job. It's the busy season, and so it's just like way more workload than usual, and I have like no time. And then like now I'm back to normal schedule, and it's like, oh man. But but yeah, even then it's like sometimes it's just like finding the time for anything, like, well, not for anything, but just like there's just so much, and it's like can I find the time? But it's like, yeah, you can, but it's going to take a minute, or take a while. Because Fantasian, I put that on hold from playing that. I think I'll come back to that in February, honestly, because I'm really into Zenless Zone Zero right now, and I'm really liking it. I just finished the story, and I went to actually play through Devil May Cry 5, just to like, because it's like, I haven't played in forever, dude. I mean, okay, that's the thing, right? It's like, there's all these games on PS5 that either got like an upgrade or a remaster, and I've not played those versions. Like I've played the PS4 or like whatever version, but I've not like played the PS5 like redo. And now like the Pro's out, it's like some of them are getting Pro upgrades with like better performance. So I'm like, I think I'll give it a year, and then like start revisiting some of my favorite PS4 games that have been redone on PS5, because DMC5 easily my favorite like character action game, like 3D action game, like of the modern time. I've not replayed it since I played it on PS4 whenever it first came out. I really love that game. It's just so effing good. Like DMC, like the series itself, right? It's just like, I mean, two and whatever, but like one, three, and four, man. Like, come on, just it's so up there on like style and like design and just combat gameplay. Just it's so weird because it's like it goes in like such a like a specific direction with like what it does, right? Because like you could say, oh, okay, there's like other third-person combat games, but it's like they don't do what DMC does. It's like, or just like even looking at the games that like came that kind of had like they made a mold for like or like a lane for like what they were doing. Like if you look at the Arkham games, like at least the combat sections of those games, not just like the stealth stuff. I would say stealth is separate, but like it's also like a cool thing they do with the stealth in that game. But like if you look at like the free flow combat of just the Arkham games and just how good those were, but then like or it gets to a point when like you see other games like emulating or copying like that game because it is like so good because that's what the Arkham games did. But then like it kind of like that the Arkham style kind of fell off. And then like we've got DMC5 just like at the top of the mountain here, but then like lately, if you like look at Final Fantasy 16, the Zenless Zone Zero, uh, Nexus, Nexus. I can't think of Scarlet Nexus. That one. F and Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Like, there's a lot of games in the action RPG space that have like taken to that trajectory of like that style, at least in the gameplay, not like just like the visuals and stuff. Because it's like sometimes they do, right? Like it's super flashy. That's why I like Zenless Zone Zero, man. It even like. But like it makes it its own. Like it's got its own like thing. Like it's very like cel shaded. Like very like it looks like an anime. Like the game looks like an anime. Like you're playing it, and like the character models are like just 3D drawings of anime characters, and it's like, damn, this looks effing good. Like 60 frames. The frame rate is like as Gamer says, butter smooth, just like butter. And then like effing, it looks amazing in 4K, and it just like, yeah, that game surprised me because I I played a lot of free to play games this year, more than I probably should have. Because I think coming off of Destiny 2, it's like, okay, what am I playing next? And then like I think I wanted to, yeah, I know what it was. I wanted to play something new, right? Because I could have just went back to Final Fantasy 14 and just like cracked out in that hard. But I can always come back to that, and I'm always playing. I mean, by playing it, I like log in every week to like see if I can get the Chocobo ring at Gold Saucer. But that's like the extent of playing it I do lately. I need to do like New Game Plus or start a new character because I haven't forgotten everything in the story, but it's like I would like to recap the story and then play. Or I wish it was like okay, some games it's like it would be really helpful if they had like a recap video when you haven't played in forever, because it's like I mean, that being said, 14 is like deep cuts of like you're not gonna forget that. You're like traumatically trauma bonded to that game. After Shadowbringers and Endwalker. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna forget that. Even effing like Heavensward, dude. Heavensward goes hard. There's just like, oof, man. Just yeah, it is. Heavensward was like got me hooked because I was like, it just was like 45-degree angle up, never stopped, and just like, dude, at the apex of the conclusion of the climax of the story, and it's just like, what? And then like I would even like and then like to that point. I'm sorry, I'm on a tangent right now. I just thought about it, but like Shadowbringers isn't that bad. I'm sorry, not Shadowbringers. What's the second one where they go to the Empire that like the samurai that's like not as good as Shadowbringers, but like it's still good. Stormblood, I mean Stormblood's still good. It's not like it's like Stormblood. It's like it's not that Stormblood's bad. It's just like not at that level of like the other ones that are just like, dude. The other ones are just like so good when it's like they're just like all the way up here, and I'm like in my brain I'm like, dude, I have Dawntrail. It's probably as good. The one person that told me, like, is Dawntrail good? And they're like, yeah, Dawntrail's good. So it's like, it's probably as good as like the other ones, like when they're just, all, like up here in like the awesomeness list, awesomeness, tier of awesome. And it's like I just haven't played it, so it's like I'll get back to it, but whatever. But Yeah, it's action RPG thing I'm going on. It's just like, a lot of, it's like just really cool to see like a renaissance in that genre, and like a lot of the games just like pick like that specific combat style and like go with it. It just also seems like third person action, or just third person in general, is in like a good space lately of just like of like the sink or swim style. I mean, of like the stuff that's like really hitting and like really just like doing good, and it's just like okay. And then like it is kind of like annoying to see like the trend when like you know the stuff that comes after is like so heavily borrowing from it, but it's like it's like if every game was like Devil May Cry 5, I would not care. And then like if and like I remember playing some like games that had like the Arkham combat, and I was like, oh, this is like Arkham, just not like the Shadow of War games or Shadow of Mordor. Those games, like I didn't play the second one. I have it, but it's in my backlog still. I love Shadow of Mordor though, because that game is just like it's basically Batman Arkham, but with like effing orcs and Uruk-hai, or whatever they're called. So that was great. Or Lord of the Rings, setting with Batman Arkham combat and shenanigans, and it was fantastic. I mean, there's more stuff there. Like Nemesis system is also good, which is like surprisingly underused in like everything else ever. Because it's like, man, that's a really cool system, and it like never got put in anything else. So that was weird. I'm sorry for that tangent. I'm just thinking to myself, what the f am I talking about? Zenless Zone Zero. Okay, that's the main thing. Is like, don't sleep on that game. It's free to play. You don't have to. You can spend $0 and enjoy that game. It is worth all the $0 that you will spend on it, and like play through the story. Um, yeah, dude, I would say just like focus on getting through the story because it's actually really good. It's like to me, I played it and I was like, dude, this is like it's got like shades of like Final Fantasy 14 because like what they do is they basically okay, I'm not gonna say like what they do because I don't get into like too bogged down here, but it's basically a they took they basically took the Final Fantasy 14 formula, but it's applied to a game that plays like Devil May Cry and looks like a 3D anime, or I'm sorry, not 3D anime, an anime with 3D character models that look like they're pulled from like a straight up anime drawing or manga, because it's like the visuals in that game just I can't get over the visuals. Every time I play it, I'm just like, this looks so good, and they just added a character that plays like Virgil, or plays enough like Virgil, where it's like, and like they like one of the three starting characters. I almost said the starting Pokemon, but you get like three characters. Because after you get into the game, it's like, okay, you have agents, you're going into these things called hollows, and you're clearing them out. These things called ethereals, those are the enemies. And like your proxy, who's like, it's got it's like a very like there's like a layer of like Sword Art Online of like you go into these places that are like digital representations of like, well, you're not. I'm sorry, they're not digital representations. Like you're using using a little robot called a Bungaboo, or whatever Bengu, and it's like you're that's how you're able to like be in the place, because if you're in a hollow, there's like corruption that like for every organic thing. It's the lore is also weird, so it's like whatever, but it goes places. It gets there. It's like it starts kind of weird because it's like there's a character that basically is dressed in red with gray hair, and it's like, oh, this is Dante, but they use guns only. Like there's no sword, so it's like, okay, if like Dante could only use trickster style, but then like the characterization of that character is like they're very derpy, like whimsy. I would say like more Vash the Stampede style, because it's like I'm talking about Billy if you played it, because it's like this character is just very not Dante. It's like it looks like Dante, but it's not Dante. It's just like that was great. I was like, dude, they even like it's kind of yeah, it's like playing this game. It's like it felt very like imitation is like the sincerest form of flattery, like that saying. And I was like, you know what? I don't mind that there's all these like, games by Chinese developers that like are very not derivative. That's like an insult. I would say, because I mean, are they are very close in nature to like what they're trying to emulate, and it's like, but they're like different enough, and they have their own like flavor to it. But it's like Zenless Zone Zero goes super hard, dude, because like the music is great, the character designs are quite good, graphically, just visually, just wow, just that game I couldn't get over. Like every time I got to a new area, it looked amazing, and just like there's a new soundtrack for each area. It is good like across the board. I was like, wow, the music's good, and then like when you're playing and like the gameplay, it's like, yeah, it's like Devil May Cry, and I'm like, this is free. I was just like, what? And then I was just like upset with myself because I was like, dude, after Destiny 2, it's like I chose First Descendant, but I should have played. I should have been playing ZZZ, man. Yeah. I was like, because it. I mean, that being said, it's one of those things where it's like, if you worked in a chocolate factory and all you ate was chocolate, you would kind of get sick of the chocolate at some point. Like sometimes it's a bit like, okay, I've had. There's when you go through enough combat sequences, and it's like, all right, it's like it's got a bit of a pacing issue too, as far as like the story at the beginning. I would say the first two chapters, kind of, there's a lot there. So it's like once you're through that though, and then it finally like picks up speed too of like where it's going. But then it's like, okay, cool, and then get to the end of chapter 5, get to the ending, and there's like a whole Avengers Assemble moment, like in 14 when like all the teams come or all the groups come together. It made me think of Stormblood specifically because you had like that one had been building like to take down or like to go back to Alamigo, and take on the Empire. And then like you'd go, yep, and it's like you face down Xenos, and it's like, yep, and it's just there's a part like that in chapter 5 where like you had this super early plot thread of like something happens, and they like they bring it in, resolve it, and it's just like, I was just like, dude, this is like 14, but like a different genre, and I was like, yes, please. And I was like, I'm, and then like today, like there's this thing they have on like a Twitch, whatever, where like if you stream XYZ and link your account, you get like free, like it's just an hour too, so it's like it's not even a lot of time, but like just for an hour you get like free materials, and I was like, dude, I'm doing this, like this is my life now, like I don't even care. I mean, at least until like Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, right? Because, but then I have to play it like an hour a day, so I'm like, dude, I could do this, and I'm really enjoying it. And like now I'm just like, okay, well they got the effing like the Virgil character. Now I'm just like, all right, so here's my very short wish list until I can like think of more things, because I will for sure think of more things. But it's like obviously 2B collab with Nier Automata and Yoko Taro. Make it happen, please. And then like adding a ninja character, or just like maybe a character that like looks like they're from. Well, it doesn't like matter like what they look like, as long as it's like you can clearly tell that they've got like kunais, and like they teleport around, or maybe they don't have to teleport around that specifically, but like maybe they use some jutsus or like hand signals. That'd be cool. Or just I'm just like, man, they have like the effing samurai archetype with Miyabi, but they like what if they added a ninja? And I was like, oh, that'd be awesome. So I'm just like, oh dude, like that. And then like I would, yeah, it's just they have like decent like sword characters with that are not Miyabi samurai style, with or not samurai, but like Virgil style, with Anbi and Soldier 11, who look like they're palette swaps, but supposedly in the lore they're sisters. I haven't looked it up, but yeah, that would make sense, because I was like, these two characters look very similar. But yeah, they just like play solidly, like 3D action game. I was like, man. But going back to the point I was making, I was like, dude, it's like, not to like diss the Chinese developers, but it's like when they do take a lot of flack for their what's the word called, like their cloning and their replicating of like a very specific game, of like, oh, this looks exactly like the same, like you literally ripped it off or knocked like a Chinese knockoff, to be stereotypical about it, like the game that looks exactly like Horizon. But then like if you look at the trailer for that game, it does not play like Horizon. It looks like a Pal World. So it's like, I think like with those studios, it's like they're very good at like creating and like making stuff, but it's like the actual like whatever the gameplay is, it's just like whatever's popular at the time in that region. Because like the gacha style, I like, it took me a long time to get me hobby, dude, and I was like, ooh, I was like, I don't know if, because I did end up like, I bought the season pass for the season, which was like $5, Or wait, no, it's not. It's more than $5 actually. But there's like two different ones. So I bought the expensive one because I was like, dude, I don't know how much currency I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need like as much as I'm gonna like. I'm gonna need as much as possible to get as many pulls as possible because this is like super unfair. Like I didn't believe in it, but then like now that I've actually like played it and I was like, dude, I could probably have done that without spending money, but too late now. So at least I got some nice. Well, I guess they're not freebies, but some nice digital trinkets out of it. Um, but yeah, dude, Sinless 1-0. Such like a super strong showing from a game so late in the year for me. It's just like so surprising because it came out of nowhere. And then like the reason I played it was I saw the like one of the YouTube trailers of like that character, and I was like, oh, they added Virgil, and it was like a what you see, which is what you get. And I went to play the game, and it's like this is how it plays, and it wasn't any type of like BS like CG trailer of like this is not how the game looks or this is not how the game plays. And I was like, more transparency, not transparency, but just like if games were presented like more truthful or more accurate to like how they actually are, that would go a long way in the current environment because there's so many like PC render downgrades, or this is on PC for a console game that's like super high specs or higher than the console specs, or just like how it's tweaked with the internal resolution of like how it's running in the engine, but then it's actually not going to hit these like marks or just whatever, and it's just so much deception. It's so much deception. Or just like just like the Witcher 4 trailer of like, oh yeah, this looks good. It will never run on Series S. Or it's like, is this going to run on Series S? Because I think this means this ain't coming to Series S at the bottom of the screen when it says next gen NVIDIA hardware or whatever. And it's like, how far out is this CD Projekt Red? Could you like, please tell me this was like, just like, yeah, I'm glad that they showed it, but then it's like, how far off is it, right? Because it's like, oh, that cyberpunk wait, man. The wait for cyberpunk was so long, and then just like in my brain, and then everybody else's brain, I'm sure it's still fresh. I was just like, how's the performance on that when it came out? So it's like, but I imagine they learned their lessons. So here's hoping. Man, but yeah, dude, effing Witcher 4. Witcher 4 is a thing now, so I'm definitely replaying 1, 2, and 3 on the channel at some point before it comes out because I'm hyped. I want to play it a lot right now, and I'm just having not to because it's like, dude, you have other stuff to play, Chris. Don't do it. I'm sorry, I got super sidetracked on this tangent about Sinless Zone Zero, but it's a really good game. It's free if you're into 3D action games or character action games or 3D action combat. Check it out. Let's see. Videos I'm working on, what I've been playing. Let me open up my thing here because I didn't have it open this whole time. For the last month, let's see what we've got on here. 30th anniversary sale. PlayStation, dude. I just think it's funny because it's like if you look at the Concord thing and how they just disappeared it, it's like I think there's like multiple things going on with that decision, but like one of them was like we've got our 30th anniversary thing going on. We can't have this Concord game. We can't have this Concord game casting a stink on our 30th anniversary celebration. Cancel it. Get rid of it. Just make it go away. And just like it's gone. It's just like it's in secret level, which is quite hilarious. And also like just the theme of that episode of just like Blaze of Glory. It's like a bit too on the nose, but like it's like so many funny things, right? Because it's like it's too on the nose, but like they made it before the game came out and like crashed and burned. But like, so it's like it was very like prescient of like, oh, how's this game what's gonna happen with this game when it comes out? And it's like, yeah, that's what happened. Gosh, what a effing year for PlayStation, dude. It's like the best-selling game ever for like, or fastest selling, not best selling, fastest selling with the Helldivers 2, and then just like the biggest just crash and burn of a launch with Concord. Like what a contrast. And then you got like the 30th anniversary thing with Astrobot, and just like looking through that game and like all the stuff in it of like their underused like properties and IPs and whatnot, and it's like, dude, Arc the Lad, man. Sure, like the last one was bad, but it's like there were 4 good Arc the Lad games before the bad game, and then they just like don't. I mean, I think that's a third-party game. I think it might be GameWorks or something, but I'd have to look it up. But Arc the effing Lad is so effing good, and it's like there's so many games like that in that when it's like, oh man, look at Wipeout. I like all the Wipeout games. Every single one of them I've ever played in my life. I've liked every effing Wipeout game. Wipeout XL, Wipeout 3, Wipeout 64 that wasn't even on PlayStation. When's the last time we got Wipeout? Well, they closed Studio Liverpool and they closed PlayStation Studios, and it's like, yeah, you go through like the flipping like graveyard like pile of dead bodies of all the studios they've closed that made all their classic games, and it's like, is anybody still left? And then like that was kind of like the irony of like seeing that Ueda game at the Game Awards with like if and this looks like Shadow Colossus robot thing, and it's like it looks really cool, but it's not on PlayStation. Well, it will be coming to PlayStation, but it will not be exclusive to PlayStation. So it's like it's also funny because I was in party chat talking to Gamer 812, and like I was saying something about like what if they reformed Trico Team and like did something, but then it's like, oh, it looks like Epic took all their Fortnite money and saved them the trouble. We've been manifesting a lot of things in party chat because Zafra was talking about Soul Reaver and Raziel before that remaster got announced, and before it was like even leaked. I think at the thing that like where they showed it, whatever event that was that like was like hinting at that happening, and then it's like effing. But yeah, let's not go into like the whole manifesting thing. It's like that's a whole other can of worms. But like yeah. So let me get off my rant / tangent about PlayStation because they kind of, I don't know, dude. It's like overall it was like a W year for them, but they took plenty of L's as well. Not as many as Microsoft because oof, man, Microsoft or Xbox just what a year. It's also like weird, right? Because like we get to the end and everybody's like tide seems to be rising and like everybody's like on the up and up. You know, you've got Indiana Jones, looks really good. I traded in my Series X. I can't play it, so I'll wait for the PlayStation version. And then you got Switch 2, or whatever the Switch successor is coming out. My joke I'm going to make, I haven't posted these just to my Facebook group. I'm going to make like a poll and be like, you know, what's the next what's the next Switch console going to be called? It's like Switch Up, Switch Down, Switch Left, Switch Right, Switch On, Switch Off, Switch 2. Super Switch, Nintendo Super Switch, Switch U, Switch 64. You know, it's like all the different like names. Switch Virtual Boy or something. You know, just like yeah, it's like who effing knows. It's like, but yeah, I am looking forward to it, but I don't expect to be excited or like. I'm not excited because I'm excited for it, but like I don't expect to be like blown away by whatever it's like they show because I like in my brain it's like I know what I want, and it's like with the Steam Deck getting closer and closer, right? To like a 4K 60 in your hands, like anywhere, but you could also dock it to the TV. Like that's where I would like them to go, but it's like knowing Nintendo, it's like they're not going to put the cost into production of something that would be that like, unless they can make the money back, right? So it's like it's probably not going to be 4K, which is fine. It's like who knows if it has solid state. That'd be nice if it did. Like because the instant loads this gen, like that's like one of the things that like makes this gen like special or just like noteworthy. Because otherwise it would basically just be PS4 plus one. It's just like PS5 is just PS4 with more prettier, but like can you even tell graphics at this point? Like that's the weird space like console game is like the graphical plateau. It's just fine because it's not it's not to be about graphics. It's like now the graphics are plateauing though. It's like that's like actually a good thing I would say because it can get back to like, you know, gameplay and innovation and like how do you like more immerse the audience or the user in the experience or just having good experiences or just like having like aces in top tier and peak like, you know, games in their genre, like which is where we're pretty effing close, man. Like this last year, all the JRPGs that came out, really effing good. Like effing Eiyuden, one of my favorites. Like Metaphor, okay, Metaphor is I would say in my opinion the game of the year. Like whatever Game Awards, that's your opinion, but like Metaphor just effing killed it. That was just like wow. Eiyuden was like also fantastic. Rebirth was good. I'm not going to get into it. It was not bad, but it's like, you know, it wasn't bad, but it was like also just it was a continuation of Rebirth. I'm sorry, remake. For better or worse. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, really good. Like I said, like there's a lot of really good like action RPGs that are going into that like, you know, very very stylish action with RPG elements. 16 wanted to be that game, but like, you know, it was too much that game to where it's like this isn't even a Final Fantasy game. It's like you're the fire elemental summon icon primal Ifrit, and you don't even have fire attack like damage on your abilities. What? Like, okay, maybe you do, but like it's not in the gameplay system to have like elemental damage or status effects. It's like they like what was gained and what was lost in 16. Like I like that game, but I'm lukewarm on it because of like what it like like it having like the 16 in the title. Like it should not, like in my opinion, like 16 should not have been a mainline Final Fantasy. It should have been a spin-off or like something. But they put so much like the production value is like through the roof on that one. You can tell just like wow. But the boss fights, like it does some stuff like really good, but then it's just like the RPG elements are just ugh, it kind of like buckles under its own weight in that game. It's good, but it's like it's not a Final Fantasy game in my opinion. Like or just like it's good, but like for a Final Fantasy, it's kind of lacking. So not to say it's bad. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just that's it about that Rebirth. But that's the same thing. So those are both like not turn-based, but like the turn-based games, dude. Turn-based is killing it right now. Just yeah, even like Fantasia, the bit I played, good stuff. Like with Metaphor, the whole like killing enemies in the field, getting XP once you are at level with them, and you can just like go through and just like mow them down for XP and like items. Great system. Like great ways to what is that word called? But like reduce random encounters, and then Fantasia has like another system that's really good where like you just like have this weird like vacuum thing. I forgot what it's called. I haven't played in weeks, dude. Sorry. And like you just just whoop, and like you like stock them up, and like you hit a certain amount and you have to fight them all at once. But the fact they got that system to work is like pretty cool, because like there's so many, because I play like after playing it I'm just like, dude, there's so many parts in like JRPGs where like this would make such good, like this would make perfect sense to put this here if they could go back and like redo it, because it's like you got so many like parts where it's like you have a cutscene that plays and there's like a ton of like monsters or something, but then like every time that like the game cuts to like battle, it's only like the party and like like 3 other monsters on the field. But like this one, they filled the screen with like all the monsters that you stock, and it's like, dude, that's effing awesome. And it's like it's also like a way to like temporarily bypass random encounters like while you do it, because you're not getting random battles, and it's like it's a smoother experience. So it's like there is still space and like headroom for like innovation and like stuff. So props to those teams. But yeah, just really good time for JRPGs and JRPG fans. I forgot what I was talking about. What was I? I don't even remember what I was talking about. I'm sorry. I'm just like on my rant about PlayStation and 30th anniversary, and I'm just like, what was I talking about? I said Final Fantasy, turn-based, whatever. My brain was just like finishing that thought on like the whole turn-based thing and the random encounter stuff. But now I'm just like, I have no idea what I was talking about. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna move on. Um, First Descendant. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple things on the channel. I know I'm not on like change the channel, but I'm just talking about it here. F it, we're free for a minute. Like I'm already like almost, or I'm over 30 minutes in. It's like I'm kind of like I'm at that point. It's like stream of consciousness time. But yeah, so basically for all the free to play games, with the exception of Zenless Zone Zero, though maybe even Zenless Zone Zero, because now that I'm playing it every day, I don't know if I want to put those stream archives on the channel to like flood it with ZZZ stuff, but then I think I will, because I don't have another channel set up. So unless I make another channel for that, which I guess I could try to. Sorry in advance for daily Zenless Zone Zero videos. And then for other stuff that's free to play, like First Descendant, it's just like I'm gonna have like a monthly check-in at the end of the month, or not a monthly check-in, end of season check-in, to be like, okay, this is where I'm at in this game, and this is what I did. Because at this point, dude, it's like I haven't jumped back into the story in that game, and it just like did not grab me. So it's like I don't know if like what they've added since then is any good or better, but it's just I'm playing it now and it's like more of a sunken cost type of thing of like, well, it's a Diablo clone that's third person with like actual guns in the future. But it's like I just want more bikinis for the characters in the game. I'm just waiting for that. So it's like, yeah, man, that's like I said last time. It's not a high bar for something to come along and just be better than that game and me drop it completely. Because I'm really only playing because of the sunken cost. I mean, luckily I didn't spend a lot of money. I spent like, I don't even know, but like nothing like approaching a full price game, like $60 or something. It's like maybe even like 20. I don't even know. But like I didn't put a lot in the game, so I'm just like, well, I did spend money on it, so I might as well play it. But I'm playing it very little. I'm just doing like the daily challenges in that one, legit. But then I also downloaded like Tower Fantasy. I re-downloaded Genshin, which was a mistake because there's like a 40 gigabyte patch that just went out, and I was like, dude, that game is so like the file size on that game is ridiculous, and I'm like, what? Just and I didn't like it before, and I'm like, I'll give it one more shot, but it's like after this, if I don't like it, I'm just deleting it, and never playing it again. Honkai Star Rail is apparently a turn-based RPG, so I have no clue how that works, but I'm very curious. But man, after Zenless Zone Zero, dude, I'm like, this is kind of my go-to for this if like I don't like the rest of these. And I can just like never play a free-to-play game ever again. And just like, you know, I play ZZZ, and like until there's something that's better or as good, or like I was saying earlier, I don't think I finished my thought earlier, but like, you know, the devs that are just like very much, you know, making stuff that's emulated or emulating other stuff that exists, just like with a different skin on it. So if they want to like, you know, make a free to play game of like Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, I would be very happy. But then it's like, but that's the thing, right? Like it would play like Mass Effect 3 or just like a third person shooter with cover, but it wouldn't have like the lore and the characters. So like, would I really enjoy it? But I'm like, dude, the gameplay for that was fun. Like at the very end of the multiplayer stuff, they added so much, and like the kits and like how this like the different classes. And they even added like the really large characters, like the Krogan Battlemaster and the Geth Juggernaut. So it's like, man, like, if this is like the only way that we're going to get like some of these revived is like through like developers from other countries making free to play reskins. I'm fine with that. I'll play it. And like, yeah, and if it's free to play, I don't have to spend any money. I can just play the game and be like, dude, this is just like XYZ from like whatever that doesn't exist anymore, or that got the plug pulled on the support for it, or like they never made another version of that again, or they never made one of those again. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like I've seen something about like the trajectory of like the third person combat being adapted to like so much stuff, right? I feel like the free to play style that like the gacha uses are like these MiHoYo games is like one way, but then you have the oh no, I lost my train of thought. No, I was gonna say you've got like these or not just free to play, right? It's like this style of like whatever they're doing right now with all the like, you know, gacha pools, and then it's like taking stuff that's like very similar to other stuff that already exists, like a turn-based RPG or a third-person action game. But that's the other thing, like they're branching out into more genres. So I'm like, dude, like how like what else are they gonna like apply this to? Like that they can like put this formula in and it works. So it's like I haven't played Honkai, but it's like some like well, a lot of their MiHoYo games are really popular. So I'm not sure if that's like a branding thing or if like people actually like them or if they're actually good. But like, yeah, there's that, and then there's like so many roguelikes. So I'm thinking of Balatro, but like, you know, there is I don't know where my brain was going with that thought. It's just like a bunch of free to play stuff that uses a specific thing in like the free to play space, but then like in the not free to play space, there's just like a lot of roguelite elements being thrown on things and like popularizing them. So it's like, you know, but then like, I'm like 50-50 iffy on that one, because sometimes it's like, oh, this is really fun, but then sometimes it's just like, Spelunky, I hate that game. Like I don't need to. I'm not even gonna talk about it. But Spelunky, it's like that's roguelike. I'm never gonna play the game ever again, no matter how many they make, because not a fan. Did not enjoy it. Go for yourself on that one, Spelunky, because oof. But yeah, it's like who knows like what they could apply like the roguelike or roguelite thing to, and like bring back, or you know, or maybe it's like decent. Or just to have like another crack at it, like Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, like I said, but that's just a different style or something. It's free to play, or it's not like the, you know, box product that you pay for that's supported over XYZ months after launch. Getting back to stuff on the channel. So yeah, there is the okay, so It's 10 a.m. right now. It's like almost 11 a.m. I might put up some more videos today because I did say like I'm sorry about the whole like PS and PS3 videos. Like those are not going to be up in time. Like I said, I wanted to get them all but before the end of the year. Clearly, it's New Year's Eve, so it's not happening unless I just get them all out on the same day, which would be I could try, right? So whatever. I'll still try to get them all out by then, like eventually over time. I'm not giving up on it. But I've been doing like a bunch of like the PSN deals at the end of the year here. So there's the end of the year / beginning of the year, New Year sale that's going on right now. I'm going to make a video for that today after I end this video. And then on top of that video, I put up a video for my YouTube 2024 or whatever the F. Rewind. I can't remember what it's called, but there's like that because I got an email about it, and I was like, I've already done all my like recap videos of like, or not recap videos, recap posts of stuff on Twitter and Facebook of like, you know, Spotify, Pandora. I mean, I guess I didn't do all of them. I got one from Peacock, but I was like, I'm not putting this out. I was like, whatever. So yeah, but like like the PlayStation wrap up. Oh, I should have did a video on that. I just remembered something I wanted to talk about. I'll just go and talk about it now. But like I've been doing more videos lately, like in the little like browser screen on my computer where you like look at my desktop and like see what I'm seeing. So I might just do more stuff like that, but like I don't know like how like of what, right? Like I did that first one. I was like, oh, this is kind of handy. I could just like go like to each window and be like, oh, this is what I'm looking at, zoom in, let's talk about it, and then like that's the video. I mean, I watched like Kyle Kalinske, so it's like I think that is like probably some influence there, but our secular talk is the channel. But yeah, dude, it's like I was doing that and I was like, this would be like kind of useful to do for like Steam stuff or just like game stuff I want to talk about. I've got an idea. I don't want to like, you know, spoil it. So it's like I have an idea for that I want to do, but I'm not sure like how it would work as far as like if I'm watching a video, right? Even if it's muted and I don't use the audio, it's like I might get a content strike because I use the video of something else. So I will see what happens and just like try it once. And then like, you know, if it doesn't get like flagged or like gets flagged by the content ID stuff, I'll be like, okay, cool, we can do more of these. But it's an idea I have for just basically like watching a bunch of like not game trailers, but like game trailers and game videos, I guess, right? Like, because not every game video is a game trailer, but like the game trailers are like the ones that you can watch and be like, okay, well, here's the one with the release date. Let's, you know, blah blah blah, just mute it, talk over it, and like why I'm excited about a game. But then. But then, like, the weird thing is, like, next year I'm trying to, like, you know, GTA, Monster Hunter. I mean, I'll probably get other stuff besides that. It's not, like, just GTA, Monster Hunter, but, like, you know, with a few exceptions, it's, like, those are the only 2 games I'm going to get. And then it's, like, everything else is, like, I'll wait till the end of the year, like I said. So, I mean, there might be some stuff that's, like, oh, this game came out and it's getting 10s across the board. I would like to check that out. Or just, like, Avowed 2, man. It's, like, or not Avowed 2, I'm sorry. Outer Worlds 2, or like, I almost said Outer Space. Outer Worlds 2, is that coming out soon? Or just whatever, the next Outer Worlds game, because I mean, I liked the first one. I thought it was overrated, though. It's like, it wasn't as good as everybody was saying. I was like, okay, this game's like not bad, but it's like, it's good, but it's not like, come on, man, like, I don't know why people are like gushing so much over that one, but okay, sure. So the second one's coming out. It's like twice as much game. I just really like the way that they do that trailer too at the beginning. They're like Fallout 3 Part 2, New Vegas. It's like I feel so bad for like Obsidian because it's like they've always been such a good studio, and they're like we make the best sequels, and it's like yep, and like nobody cares as much about okay, like let's say New Vegas. Like at this point, New Vegas, everybody's like, dude, New Vegas, right? It's like secretly the best Fallout game, or at least or the Fallout of the like Bethesda, you know, doing them era. It's like New Vegas, but like yeah, just like that beginning part of that when they're like, yeah, we made this one, Fallout 3 Part 2. That was great. Um, but yeah, besides that, it's Sinless Zone Zero, a bunch of stuff up on the channel, and then I have that day one. You know what? I'm doing this. So like I was saying, I've got the thing. There was that Twitch promotion for like streaming it every day, and I've already got the video on the channel. It says day. It's like it says day one. So what I want to try to do is like go like a year of playing it every day for like an hour, just to see if I can. Point one, and then two, just like it would be an accomplishment because I've never done that before. I don't think. I've never done that before. Actually, thinking about it, it's like it's like one thing I've not done ever. It's like played something every day for a year, at least like on stream, and then like archiving the progress. So that's going to be a neat little experiment / whatever. But it's only an hour, so. But I've already got day one on here, so day two will happen today at some point. But then, like I also said, I've got this PlayStation end of the year sell video to make. But then, like I said in those videos I've been doing, like we're at the like end of the year, so it's going to be like we've already had like the Black Friday holiday sale, 30th anniversary sale. That's like the New Year sale or the end of the year sale, which is the same thing in the year. And the New Year. So if there's an encore sale after this where like all the other sales come back, I'll do that one. But if there's not, it's like that's in that series until next year. And I will probably pick up some more stuff before not before the end, but like if this is like the last one where like there's really good discounts, like the only stuff I'm going to get in the next one is the or after it ends, I should say, because I'm kind of like waiting for some stuff to be like, okay, well, will it come back? But if it doesn't come back and there's no encore, I'll just get the like $10 upgrades on all the PS5 games all the games I could get PS5 upgrades for $10 that I haven't gotten yet. So I will finally do that with some of the games I have not. But yeah, that's the videos I'm working on right now. And then as far as playthroughs and streams, alright, so this is also why I want to have like one of those, like eventually have like the videos where I'm like talking through the desktop. Is like I want to make some charts and graphs where it's like easier for me to like just present my stream of consciousness, like when I'm thinking of something and it's like I'm talking about it and saying it, but then like I feel like if I use pictures, not so much video, but like just images of like here's the thing, and like having a like roadmap, even though I hate roadmaps myself, like they are kind of useful. So I kind of like want to eventually branch out and like do that with like more videos on the channel where like I just have like it would be so like weird though and jank because it's just like probably like stick figures and like arrows and boxes and like whatever, because like I don't have any like fancy tools. I've got like a mouse and like effing MS Paint. So it's like just like a charts and graphs or like not even graphs, right? Just like lists or something. But yeah, it's like it's January. It's about to be January. My birthday's in January. I'm turning 40. So I thought about some like 40-year stuff projects. It's like it's not happening. If anything, I'll do the next year because it's like I just didn't have enough pre-production time. Like after I thought about them, I was like, it's too like it's like yeah, at the end of the year here when I'm like working so much, like over 50 hours with like only 2 days off every week, and then like between that and just like it approaches so fast, and like I don't really have time to like do stuff when I'm working at the end of the year like as much as I am, and like I just don't get anything done. And then the end of the year's here, and it's like, oh, I could do something for the 40-year thing that I'm turning 40 years old thing, and it's just like, dude, it's just let it go. Like I might like revisit it like next year or like sometime later this year, but I'm fine to just like let it pass and be like, whatever, dude. I don't want to like. I would like to just if I did something, I wouldn't want to. Even though my videos are very half-assed, it's like a major project like that I wouldn't want to like see like all the deep dives I didn't get to do this year, like the Akira Toriyama stuff. I didn't get to do any of those. There's other stuff besides that I can't even think of right now. I'm just like, dude, I'm blanking. What was I trying to deep dive? Was it Forza? No, Forza was semi-successful, right? The deep dive this year. What was the deep dive game I was doing this year? Was there a deep dive game? Anyway, if there was a deep dive game I was doing this year, I completely effed that and like messed it up. But then this year, I'm sorry, I'm speaking present tense and I'm in the past. Next year, in 2025. All right, so next year's deep dive is going to be GTA, obviously, because 6 is coming out. And if it doesn't come out, then like I would have played all of them leading up to 6. So it's like kill 2 birds with 1 stone somehow. So I'm gonna play through this. All of GTA chronological order, so it's like the UK missions. GTA 1, I looked this up on Wikipedia. GTA 2, Liberty City Stories, I think is a prequel to 3, and then 3 And then Chinatown Wars is a prequel to 4. Oh, I effed up, dude. I skipped Vice City. Vice City Stories, Vice City 4, San Andreas 4. I was like, dude, I just skipped Vice City and San Andreas. Smack. All right, let's do that again. UK missions in like the 1969 whatever. There's like a specific one that's like that's not only on PC, but it's like a lot easier probably to find on PC because it's like a mission pack that I don't think was like packed in when they did the prequel on PS1. It's like half of the mission pack, whatever. I don't even have like the mission pack or GTA 1 right now, so I need to get those off eBay. But like, the UK 1960 missions, GTA 1, GTA 2. You look tired, Chris. Vice City Stories, GTA 3. I'm sorry, Liberty City Stories, GTA 3, Vice City Stories. The Vice City, San Andreas. I think Chinatown Wars is in there somewhere. No, Chinatown Wars is like a prequel to 4, and then 4. There's 10 GTA games, dude, or over 10. And 5. That's 11. There's 12 months in a year. I'm already trying to play through a bunch of games on my death list, but it's like, you know what? I will just like let the death list and the fun list have like a year off just to like get this deep dive going. And I mean, the thing is like GTAs aren't that long. The later ones are, but the ones like GTA 2 is like not. I play that one all the time, dude. Like before 3 came out, like it's just, and those ones are like more score based too. The second one specifically, like it's not even like about clearing the missions. It's well, it is about clearing the missions, but like to get to the next level, you basically hit a threshold on like the amount of money I think you have, and then like that's it. So whatever. See, the problem with that was like I didn't know if I wanted to get a retro tink to play play them on like PS2, and then like have it go through the PS2 to the HDMI out to the TV to the Elgato, and I'm just like, dude, because I'm like I don't have like HDMI hookups for the PS2, but then like to get a retro tink is like $750, and I'm just like, ugh, that's a lot for some silly YouTube video project. And I'm like, well, I could just charge it with a credit card. So I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. I'm like, yeah. But then it's like that's not a bad thing, right? Because that let me play a lot of PS2 games for like on HDMI through the whatever. It's just so expensive, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know, man. So yeah, I'm trying to decide like, because at first I was like, oh, if I play them all in native hardware, but then I started thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I didn't know the PS1 ones. And then like if I got them on PC, it's like I would have to hook up my PC to play those. So it's like, ugh, whatever. At least like 2 forward is like easy, because 2 I have, 3 I have, Vice City Stories I have, like everything after 2 is right. Like I've got, it's like the first game in like the UK mission pack, which are both on PS1. Well, 2's on PS1 as well. I don't think I've got the Dreamcast version. But then like because they're on like non-HDMI consoles, never mind PS3 is HDMI. So because of that, yeah. But then my fat PS2 that like plays, or my fat PS3 that plays PS2 games is like dead. So I'd have to use. But then I was like, oh, there's a workaround for that one too, because I could play the but I couldn't play all of them, right? Because I could only play that collection of like the trilogy, the 3 Vice City and San Andreas, not the definitive one that came out with terrible graphics from the mobile version, but the one before that. So there's that. So I'm just like, yeah, getting the logistics of how I'm going to do this deep dive could be a problem, but I'll get there eventually. So, but yeah, that's the going forward into the future on the channel. There's that, the deep dive of GTA, because 6 is hopefully coming out this year. And then Monster Hunter is in February. End of February. That's what bums me out, dude. I'm just like, just gotta make it to February, and it's just like end of February, Chris. So it's like, and then like coupled with that, I do kind of want to like do more stuff on Discord this year, because like next year, I've said this a lot on the channel, but like now that we're actually here, I can like start talking about my plans I've had. Well, I don't. Okay, I have them in there in my brain. Like I have not actually like started to like plant the seeds. But like 2026, man, it's like full channel relaunch, full channel reboot, and like splitting the channel into like appropriate brands of like what it is on each channel, as opposed to like now it's just such a I don't know, not grab bag per se, but just like just there's so much that's like not very specific of like one thing for like the lack of specificity, I guess. So it's like all the things and all the videos I make are on the one channel, but like they all do not mesh or like match up with each other. So it's like I want to make I want to make a bunch of channels that are basically just like the one thing for that, or like this is like the one thing that this channel has on it. So I think, or I don't think, I'm going to try to do that next year, or get to that point maybe this year to where I can like build into that going next year, and then like the stuff on this channel will just be like the forever games I'm playing, or stuff that's like really long online games that are just like like this in the Zone Zero thing, Final Fantasy 14, stuff that's like I'm gonna be like playing these for like thousands of hours, like Gran Turismo, just, and like I can't just like restart from zero. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. And I just like have all those be on here, and then like in the future, like whenever I play stuff like that, it's like it can just be in the gaming bucket channel, or the comic book bucket, or the politics bucket, or the activism bucket, or just like I like I haven't like got it all like planned out. I just have like an idea still, because I never got around to like that part of like actually past the brainstorming phase to like just okay, let me make some templates, blah 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 blah. Like even this dude, I still need to like flip in get like an update on my flipping China Tekken outline. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, because I'm trying to wrap it up here because I'm at an hour almost. But as far as playthroughs and streams, it's like I said, back to Fantasian next. I'm sorry, not next month, February, because I do have a bunch of free-to-play games I want to like check out real quick this month at the beginning of the year, just to see like are they good, or like what's up with them. It's messed up though, because I re-downloaded Dauntless. I haven't played it, but like I saw that they like messed up the game with the last patch, so, or the last update. But then I wasn't really playing it really heavily, so I might do like one of those videos where I like. Oh yeah, I guess that's another thing too. Is like I've got the thing where I talk about stuff on the computer through the desktop capture. I think the thing where I talk about games and stuff on the console when I'm capturing it with the Elgato is like something I'm gonna do more of too, because I would like to go like into all those free to play games like as I'm like playing them and stuff. It's like, or just talk about a game as I'm playing it, and that's quite preferable. It's also very easy to just like do an example, like if you're trying to like talk about something very specifically of like, okay, here's this thing, let me do this thing, and then do it in real time. But yeah, PlayStation streams. Monster Hunter's coming back in February, but until then, it's like Fantasian. January, a bunch of free-to-play stuff. With Sinless Zone Zero being the flagship in January. Yeah, like just random stuff. Like I said, like all the PS4 games I want to revisit, but I think I'll give it a year. So, and then there's stuff like playing stuff that came out on games of 2024 I haven't gotten around to, like the Tekken 8 story expansion, and anything else like that I haven't played. It's probably January, because I would like to see like what happened with Heihachi, because I still don't know, and I haven't had it spoiled for me, so I'm happy about that. But then I'm like not looking forward to it, because I'm just like, dude, he should have stayed dead. Like he should have been. If okay, either they keep him dead, or he comes back as like a cyborg or something that's like not organic or not human. So it's like he can just like live on forever that way. Because it's like the character in lore is like over 100 years old or something crazy, or he's like really old, and it's like, what? How is he not dead still? And it's just, or the fact that like Reina is another daughter, or not daughter, another child of Heihachi, and it's like, dude, how old was he when she was born that he's still like having heirs or like making siring offspring or whatever. It's just like, dude, Tekken 8, like at the very end, it just of the story. I mean, the very end of the story, it's just like it was like up here and like it kind of went down a bit for me. Like after they showed all this stuff, like after, because I was like, it was at a really good spot. They got rid of the devil gene and like the devil stuff with like the cleansing cutscene at the end of the story mode. And then it seems like they brought it back with Freyna, but then it's like a weird thing, right? Because it's like, okay, but like we know from Tekken 7, that's a, that's not a trait that Jin got from his, or he didn't get it from the father's side. He got it from the mother's side. So the hereditary, what's the word for that? The it's a the one that, whatever the word is, like where you get it from your mom and not your dad. Like it's that type of trait. I think hereditary just means it's genetic or you get it from your parents. But like whatever, dude. Like that, it's just like. But then it's like if it's like they're teasing that Reina has like devil powers, and it's like, but how? What? That doesn't make any sense. That like if it is genetic and it's through the bloodline, then it's like she wouldn't have got it from Hayashi because Hayashi doesn't have that. That's from the mom. So it's like, there's just. I was like, whatever, dude. I was just like, I enjoyed 7. I really like. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I enjoyed 8. I really liked it. It was good, but like, they kind of just, yeah. It was like, it was just, yeah. It's like an unnecessary like self or an own goal of like things were good, and then they just couldn't help themselves and making it more silly Tekken-tasticness, and it's like, why did you do this? So, yeah. Anywho, still going down the list here. So vlogs, no new vlogs, and then how to DIY and other stuff. Maybe some console repair, console whatever. RL stuff, I'm still just like, yeah, dude. I'm not even looking forward to the new year. I'm just thinking to myself, why'd I even waste any like end of year New Year's wishes or birthday wishes or whatever wishes on world peace? What was the point if this is what we got? Oh, I'm still not talking about the election. I'm still not over it, but I'm still not talking about it because I know I would just rage for like 30-minute minimum of how I'm just like I'm still boiled. I'm still heated about it, dude. I'm still tilted about it, and I don't want to talk about it. So it's whatever. But I can actually sign off this time. Last time I didn't even do the sign off. I was so upset. I was like, dude, I was like thinking about it after I did the video. I was like, damn, I didn't even say free Palestine. Damn, I think they got me. But yeah, that's it for this video. So an hour long epic into an epic year. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Video games wise, it was really good, dude. Like 2023 was like, wow. Like 2023, super through the roof, top notch. 2024 was like not, it did not match 2023, but it was like, it was close. Like, it had quality and quantity. Like if I look at my game release list from, well, I can only look at this one's because I don't have last year's pulled up because I saved over it, obviously. So, but yeah, dude, I've got like a game for every month this year. And that was really effing good, man. And it was like, these were all bangers. So, okay, they weren't all bangers, but like, they all hit. Like, none of them disappointed me. So, Tekken 8, awesome. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, awesome. Final Fantasy Rebirth, awesome. Okay, Unicorn Overlord I've not played, so I would like to get around to that. Hopefully before Monster Hunter, but probably not. Dragon's Dogma 2, awesome. Aiden Chronicles 100 Years, one of my favorite games of the year. Hellblade 2, not bad. Destiny 2, a good fitting conclusion to a 10-year storyline. Dawnshell, like I said earlier, have not played it. Knitzugami, I bounced off of Knitzugami, but it was a very interesting, unique game I enjoyed. Stalker 2. I don't have an Xbox anymore, so I can't play it right now. I'll wait until it comes to PlayStation. Astrobot, I mean, it was good, but I would not. It's not my game of the year, but I could see why some people would say that. What's next? Metaphor Fantasio. Yeah, Metaphor Fantasia, my game of the year for this year. So, and I picked up a bunch of other stuff in November and December. Like I was over budget this year, so I played a game every year this year. And like yeah, effing. Oh, that's the other thing is like the whole like inspiration of like why I was gonna do more stuff on Discord and like whatever is like there was some comment on some video, dude. Like for a while the algorithm was like feeding me all these rage videos of like people just like, oh, I hate video games, or okay, it wasn't I hate video games. It was like video games aren't as fun as they used to be, or video games suck now, or video games like everything's terrible, everything's worse than it was before. The future sucks, the present sucks, the past is so much better. And I'm like, dude, like I don't know what you're playing, but it's like every day there's a new game that comes out, and maybe not every day, but every week for sure, every month for sure. I just saw a video like someone was like on Steam database and it was like checking the stats and it's like 76 games come out every day or something crazy, and it's like, dude, there's a new game coming out all the time. So it's like if you can't find a game that you enjoy and want to like just talk about how fun and awesome it is as opposed to just like rage and hate on, that's a you problem. And yeah, it's like to counteract that, it's like I was like back in the day. Man, it was. I guess at this point, it was back in the day. Gamer Raja panel, like I used to just like sit around and talk with all my friends online about like what we would play and stuff we were playing, and it was just, or just like we would interact through this like back in the day. It was like a forum slash social media thing. Doesn't exist anymore. And it's like, man, I should like bring that back, especially like now in like the theocratic fascism. Before I get to like yeah, we're in the IRL section, so like before I get like to that part, it's like yeah, I kind of need like a haven online to just like go and be at peace and enjoy things and like things and have fun and be around cool people that aren't evil or fascistic. Um, and I was like, yeah, let me think of it, or let me think something up, and I did think something up, and that's like also going to tie into the thing next year, right? When I reboot the channel, so I was like, let me get like some sort of thing on Discord going, and then I can like lead that into that, because I have a Facebook group I never post to it, but like I kind of need to like force myself to do that, and I'm kind of like trying to force myself to do that, or like get in a routine where I'm like doing it all the time, so it like ties into that. But basically, I've got this thing. I mean, I haven't done it yet, so obviously I don't want to like spill the beans here. But yeah, that's been cooking in my brain. That's coming, a whole Discord thing. When I have all the links on the bottom here, like I'll finally have like a Discord thing that leads to like a Discord group, I guess, because it's like I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, it's time. It's like yeah, it's like yeah, I'm like reading the tea leaves and all the innards of the goats that have been spilled, and I'm like, I like lick my finger, put it in the wind, like yes, it is time. Yeah, the day after election day, I'm just like, yes, it is time, and just I see comments like that, and like it's time ticking, it's time to return, it's time to return to the simulacra realm of imagination land and happiness and whatnot. Man, that's a tease, isn't it? But yeah, Discord stuff happening soon, maybe. But that I've never done that, so like, and I also just like don't post a lot on the Discord that I am in. And then like my phone that was like connected to my Discord was like, I got a new one, so like I was getting constant like notifications, so I kind of got stopped getting notifications from my other Discord group. So it's like it's whatever though. It's like it is preferable, I would say, to a social media, because on Facebook now it's like whenever I log in, I just have like posts that are like from groups, and I'm like, these aren't people I'm friends with. Facebook, like, why do you keep sending me these? And it's a whole thing. But yeah, man. That was wow. What a effing tangent at the end. I'm so sorry about that. That was like a weird. Where am I going with this? Let's wrap this up and land the plane. Let's get out of here. Uh, so yeah, it's been a month. It's been a year. It's been a year. It's been a month, and 2025, all guns blazing. Uh, yeah, man. Monster Hunter GTA. It's gonna be a banger year. But okay, video game wise, it's gonna be an awesome year. Everything else wise, who effing knows? It could go up, it could go down. still trying to be hopeful and positive, so we'll see. Um, dude, it's been a while since I've done the like sign off here, so I don't want to ruin this. But you know, congrats to Ukraine, glory to Ukraine, Tiananmen Square, 1989, free Hong Kong, and yeah, free Palestine. Ceasefire now, stop the genocide. It's been over a year. What the f? But yeah, I was trying. Like I said that like a couple months ago. I was talking about that. And, like what I meant to say was like when I was talking about like Israel bombing UN employees. What I meant to say was like UN aid workers. It's like that's kind of like a like escalation above like just someone that works at the UN. So you like people on humanitarian missions to like help people that are suffering, just getting bombed and killed in a genocide. But hey, we're just gonna keep getting that okay. That's that. Let me not get too into it at the end here, because it could go places. Let's just stop. Just like how I'm not talking about the election every video, and it's like in my brain, I'm just like, oh, it hurts. I'm in pain. It's like, yes, okay. That's like the theme I think of like 2025 going forward, dude. Is like the election broke my brain, and like all of the good parts have just been like just like obliterated of just like and just like, but it's like the thing in like Terminator 2 and like the T-1000 at the end is like turning to liquid metal after it's got like just like just like gets like just blown apart by the grenade round, and it's just like reforming. So it's like even though my brain is broken right now, it's like, okay, well, yeah, maybe it gets better over time, or hopefully it gets there, because man, just every time I think about it, I'm in like a loop of like rage and sadness, and I think about it, it's like so much, and it's like I can't let it go, and I'm just like, oh no, this is bad, because it's like I don't want it to be like the Onslaught arc or story arc in like X-Men, when like Professor X's like evil thoughts corrupt him and like create a like whole evil like entity. So it's like I'm trying to just like so it's like a whole thing of just like, man, it really sucks right now, but it's not the first time, so it's fine. Yeah. Cause I'm just like, yeah, 2016 was like quite bad until 2020, which was like what a window of suck. And then so many people are like, yeah, let's do that again. And it's just like, just actually, before I stop this video, I want to show one thing, because it's like I did say that like one of the last two videos, because I was like, dude, I'm making arrangements. I love how I'm saying that like someone died or something, right? I'm just like because it's like I took a very like cyberpunk approach to it. Not cyberpunk the game, but cyberpunk genre, where it's just like the only one worth saving is yourself. It's like, sorry, that's just the way it is. It's going to have to be that way, because it's like, what the F, man? Look around. Take a look around. But effing, so yeah, I even effing, like, got Calm, the app. I'm on a 26-day streak. Like, that's how effing, like, if I want to, like, get into just, like, how effing, this is the Calm app, yeah. Trying. That's where I'm at. It's like 26 effing days. I sit here and listen to these whatever they're called. So it's a whole thing, just, and like maybe at the end of this I'll have like I'll be even more of a monk, where I can just like the stillness of like calmness, and just like no matter how bad things get, I'll just be like, all right, let me just chill here for like 10 seconds. I'll be like that good, right? It's like I can just be like like really just really get like really upset about something, but then I'll just be like, all right, but then I'll just like in an instant just go from like rage to be like just like just calm it down for 10. I just need 10 seconds, and it's like, guess what, I have negated your negativity with your whatever, and it's like you have no effect on me. Or like the monologue from like the main character in Labyrinth at the end, when she's like, you have no power over me. I forget the rest of it. That's the only part I remember. It stuck with me as a kid. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm at like over an hour long here. Let me wrap it up, because I already wrapped it up, but let me let's end the video. I'm sorry. Labyrinth, man. What I I have a lot of random thoughts about that, but that's just my brain. That's just how I am as a person of my journey through life. So, all the links and all the stuff at the bottom, like always. I don't know when I'll actually make the Discord thing, so hopefully next month, by the end of next month. So when China went to Tech in January drops, the actual link at the bottom that I think now just goes to my Discord account or profile page. I don't know how it works. Will actually go to a Discord channel or group, or I don't know what I'm doing, dude. I'm just trying my best. It's like I'm just gonna, use the calm it down and try to get through it, cause oh man. But hey, Monster Hunter, into February. Alright, that's it for the video. So yeah, comments and whatever at the bottom. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Or, I'm sorry, links at the bottom, not comments. But also comments will show up at the bottom if there's any comments. But then there's links to all the other things in the description. That's also below where I'm pointing. But yeah, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends, or not. That's cool too. And until you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching. And I'm now signing off.